And we're back in the attic. Shorthand, car trip, number 2, podcast.
Actually, you were supposed to do, and here we are.
All right, fine.
Back in the car again. But he didn't do it, so that's a Jurassic Park reference, so that's for all the Jurassic Park.
Oh, we're
yeah,
not
we keep
restarting?
going. No, restart.
No, fuck it.
We're doing it.
All right, this is it.
Let's get it over with.
This is I have to honestly tell you, it is weird being on this other end of the mic, not having the headphones on, and not like
I don't know what the headphones do.
controlling it.
I don't know what the headphones do. They
It
don't.
does.
They,
It
they
does.
don't.
It does
they
a
don't
lot.
help you
It
know
does a
when
lot.
you're going too high. They really don't.
They do.
Oh, okay. All right, but yep. So Comic-Con was supposed to be with Charlie, but apparently he has serious issues. Charlie does.
Yeah.
Charlie has serious issues. Not anyone else, just Charlie, right?
That's it. Well,
Okay.
Sandy has issues. He didn't decide to answer his
Sandy didn't
phone.
answer his phone, so he got lost in Danny calling him when we were stuck in traffic on way to New York. How do you say traffic on way to New York? New York City. It is. I guess. I don't know. But yeah.
You're doing the same skit that I have recorded on my iPad.
Oh yeah, we got a lot of videos of me talking crazy on the car ride down, so look forward to that on the Attic Podcast YouTube page at youtube.com/atticpodcast. I'm really pitching tonight.
Really pitching?
All right, so Kimball, being that you're not a huge comic fan and you're going to a comic convention, what did you think of the show this year as opposed to last year?
I liked it. I thought last year was... it seemed like there was more games there last year than there was this year. So, which is more or less the reason I go.
had the exact same opinion, except I would also say there was more video games. I mean, more comic books last year, like comic books that you could buy.
I would agree with you because, like, there was, like, a good, like, solid 4 aisles that was just all long boxes. And, like, this year, they're, like, scattered places that had them.
No, they were all towards the same area.
Yeah,
but there was less of them.
Yeah, and there was, like, more action figures thrown in there and, like, other weird shit.
Oh, but the action figures... No, last year had a lot of action figures, too. But, Kimball, would you like to share with the audience what you ended up buying?
I'd rather not.
Joining the action figure ownership club?
I'm ashamed.
They're not dolls,
I'm
they're
ashamed
action
too.
figures. Well, Kimball bought an action figure. He was actually at the convention. He was like, I need to buy something. I was like, why do you need to buy something? He's like, I don't know. I feel like I should. So, Kimball ended up buying I
got a Cold Train.
Yeah. Action figure.
Gears of War 3.
And how much did you get that for?
It was $25.
It was $25.
I was gonna get Carmine, but they wanted $40 for Carmine.
Yeah,
like,
Carmine was a heavy
Carmine
hitter
is
on
not
that.
worth $40.
Yeah, there was a Tolly and Mortis that I almost got too there, but instead I ended up getting 3 action figures for $20, or I could have got 1 for 10. But I went up with there was 2 that I really liked the action figures. There was Knight Batman, which is he's a character that's a knight, but he's part of Batman Incorporated. He's awesome. So I got that action figure, and then I got a Cyborg from the Flashpoint universe, which we also learned will be an animated movie from the first panel we went to, which was The Dark Knight Returns Part 2, which they showed some footage from Part 2 of the animated feature.
I think it looks really good. So I got some... Wait, I'll finish your story, but I got some questions about that.
Yeah, alright, so I got that Flashpoint action figure of Cyborg, which is an awesome character. He's even more in the new Justice League. He's a big member now, so he's getting his due finally. And he's a big part of Flashpoint, so he looks awesome in that action figure. And then I got a free Night Owl one, but it's not Night Owl from regular Watchmen. It's from Night Owl from before Watchmen type era.
Oh, really?
Yeah, part of the Minutemen. So it's not Night Owl 2. It's just Night Owl. But yeah, all right. We can go back to the panel now, though.
You want? Well, all right.
Unless what do you want to know about car?
I'm
what do you want to know
keep
about
talking about
action
buying
figures?
action figures because, like, just afraid that I'm just not gonna end up having sex anymore.
No, you're gonna end up like Seth Green, married to a hot chick, and you both love action figures, and you.
So what is like? So Seth Green's like whole house is all action figures.
Yeah, apparently he owns a lot of.
Are
action
they all
figures.
boxed or unboxed?
No, I think most of them are stand. Like, who boxes them? It doesn't really matter. Like, unless you're some crazy nutso who's just looking to make a quick buck. Why?
I think with anything like you buy today, like people like are so aware of like, oh, this is a collectible, you shouldn't open it, yada yada yada.
Yeah, and because of that, they're not collectibles.
Right.
Well, they are collectibles. They just aren't worth.
Yeah, I mean, a few years down the road, you might make a couple bucks.
I mean, all we're really talking about to make it pristine is we're talking about a little piece of cellophane tape is still wrapped around the edge of the box, so that makes it a special thing, I guess. I don't know.
I would like to buy some more Gears one. I'm thinking I might buy some Walking Dead ones. I saw a couple. I saw Rick Grimes. I was liking. I saw
Grimes.
I saw what's his name? Daryl? Not Daryl.
Daryl.
Is that Daryl?
Norman Reedus' character.
Yeah,
with the bow and arrow.
Yep.
Of all the action figures, his one's awesome because he's got the crossbow with him.
Yeah.
So
he
looks
like a
awesome.
badass. I'm thinking about. I mean, I don't know. I'm just hesitant because like Walking Dead is so pushed at Comic-Con. I feel like, you know, it's on the badges, it's on all the panels. Everyone's got fucking Walking Dead comics for sale. I just didn't want to be like a yuppie buying Walking Dead fucking. What do you call it?
Action figures?
Action figures.
Oh, well.
I mean, you think I'm wrong?
No.
You think, you know...
I don't know if they're cool action figures.
If I feel like, though, like, I'm going to continue buying action figures. Currently, I don't really have much room in my room to display them. And so this is going to force me to build that fucking headboard bookshelf thing I wanted to build, like I had on my old bed.
And now you can put Coltrane next to Big Brother Marcus Phoenix statue.
Right, and I'm like, you know, I mean, I'm gaining like another 2 feet of space, real estate, because I got a wider bed. Like, it's nice, and it's action figure city.
Well, you know, the good thing is though, if there's ever an earthquake, they'll all fall over and knock you out.
Well, I was thinking about buying the fucking Skyrim dragon. I don't want that coming on me.
Oh, the Skyrim dragon that
I really want that.
That thing is pretty awesome.
And I'm gonna buy one on eBay, I think.
Now you're nuts.
Why am I nuts?
See, I'm buying stuff.
Why am I nuts?
For list price, you know. I'm not.
Why? I don't know. Well,
how much is the dragon?
Well,
on eBay?
I looked when Skyrim first came out, and it was going for $50, which is more or less what it cost to buy
pretty much
that edition of it, or whatever it's called.
I don't know. The Skyrim dragon's pretty awesome. The stand, cheap plastic, but the dragon, pretty awesome.
So I want the dragon though. That thing is badass.
All right, so
I'm pretty sure one of the Daenerys was holding the Skyrim dragon.
No, Daenerys has a dragon. She doesn't have to hold the Skyrim dragon.
Yeah, no, the ones who cosplayed as them today.
Oh, like had the statue.
I'm
of
pretty
the Skyrim
sure
dragon
it had that dragon.
That would hurt a lot, and also I would not like put that much weight around with me because those are actually pretty heavy. And easy to break too, so I doubt it.
I don't know. It looked wicked spiky.
But speaking of the cosplayers, what'd you think of the cosplayers?
They're pretty good.
Yeah, there were some good costumes. The only thing is, like, half the stuff I had no idea what it was.
No, I got like some pictures of them, but I probably took like 100 pictures, and probably like 25 of them are not blurry.
Yeah, those will probably, we should put them up over the podcast instead of this one, since we won't have video.
Yeah,
we should make
I was gonna try to do it.
Thing.
I'm not exactly sure how to do it, but I was gonna dig around with it.
All right. Well, we'll look into that. So possibly, if you go on YouTube, you may be able to watch this with a photo.
Yeah,
collage.
I mean, I'll post the videos individually, and then I'll try doing the pictures.
Yeah. But for me, like, good cosplaying I saw, there was a good Zatanna, who's a DC character, who's like a witch lady, almost not witch lady, a magician lady. And then there was a couple good Red Robins with like the full cowl over their eyes, and there was a good Blue Beetle and Booster Gold, but Kimball only got the back of Blue Beetle. He missed Booster Gold, but he has no idea who those guys are. So
there was a good Rick Grimes, I thought.
Yeah, there was a good Stormtrooper too.
That Stormtrooper was great because he had like a walkie-talkie thing, so he actually sounded like the Stormtrooper from Star Wars.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
Yeah, I believe you said that too.
Yeah. And then there was a lot of weird cosplaying that had people's butts hanging out too.
Yeah.
A lot.
That wasn't very good though.
Yeah. A lot of Catwomans, too.
There was a lot of
There was like
Catwoman.
the Anne Hathaway Catwoman.
Yeah.
There was sort of Darwin Cook looking like drawn Catwoman, which is like Catwoman with like almost like fighter pilot and like goggles around her and like tight suit. And then there was like a couple of Michelle Pfeiffer from like Batman Returns type look, the second Tim Burton movie. There was that like leather type thing. A lot of Banes too. Some Banes were better than others.
I only saw 2.
No, I saw at least
maybe
4.
3. You saw 4?
Yeah.
I thought I only saw 2. Maybe
I saw
3.
like 3 Hellboys though too.
Yeah, I saw 2 of them. One was like really good. One was okay.
Yeah, one had really good like makeup.
Yeah.
Along with his beard.
Yeah.
That looked just perfect. But we also missed the Hellboy panel though.
Yeah, we missed a couple panels today.
Yeah, well, Kimball, do you want to get into your big gripe here with the whole show?
Yeah, fucking. All right, so the one panel I want to see is the one fucking video game panel with Beyond.
Yeah, I dragged you to a bunch of comic ones before this, and there's one you want to see.
The one I want to see is in the smallest panel room, but it's at 9 o'clock, which is more or less the end of the show. There's like a whole hallway with all empty, huge panel rooms, and they put it in the smallest room for some reason. I just don't understand what would possess them to do it, because like people are gonna
how long
hang
was
out
it?
there.
It's like 40 or 50 minutes before the panel, right? That we went.
Yeah, we went we were there like 50 minutes before the panel started, and like. You know, we asked one kid, and like he's been there for 2 hours. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and he was pretty far back in the line.
He was wicked far back.
Yeah.
So it was like it was ridiculous.
Well, it also had to do the show floor closed at 7, and then this panel wasn't there till 9. So all these people had pretty much nothing to do.
Yeah, because there was like only like there was like 2 other panels. There was 4 panels at 9, and which isn't a lot. And
the Walking Dead one was at 5, so we didn't have a prayer's chance of getting to that panel, so we kind of gave up.
So,
but
I would have liked that. Probably would have been my second one. I would have liked to see.
They had a good cast there too. They had the kid who plays Rick Grimes. Rick Grimes was there. Andrew Lincoln, Glenn Mazzara, the head show runner of the show series now. Robert Kirkman, Norman Reedus' character Daryl was there, so it was that, and Michael Rooker too, and like that's a good panel to actually watch, but we ended up missing that. But we did see the Fables panel, which Kimball didn't really care about.
I didn't care about it, but the Fables panel was far better than. It was interesting. The Fables panel was better, but I wanted to read. What's the book?
Saga by Brian K. Vaughan and illustrated by Fiona Staples.
Yeah, I wanted to read Saga more than I did Fables.
Because in Saga, they talked around a lot of crazy things that actually happened in this book. And Fables was actually a little more of a... Like, the guy doing Fables made it a lot more funny joke type thing.
Yeah, he was very entertaining.
But, like, people were talking about things you had no idea they were talking about. Like,
no, both panels.
People were mentioning Boy Blue and things happening that made people cry, and like I'm coming close to tears just talking about it.
Did you come to tears, Danny?
Yeah, reading it, man. Oh, it's
really?
Heavy. It's heavy, man.
Is that touching?
Oh, it's so sad.
Were you at a bar drinking alone?
No, yeah. One of the guys who's going to be writing Ark and Ferris coming up was talking about when he read this issue. Like he took it to a bar, and then he was just crying at the bar because it made him cry so bad. Maybe he's just a wuss, though. That's what they kept making fun of him.
Other than
they also had dumb jokes before we got into. Yeah, the dumb
jokes are great. They were great jokes.
Like, what was your favorite of the ones they were telling before we got in?
I don't even remember what it was now.
All right. Well, my one I really got a kick out of is the Invisible Man goes to the nurse and says, "I need a checkup. Can the doctor come in and see me?" And then the nurse goes to the doctor and says, "The Invisible Man's ready, doctor." And the doctor says, "I can't see him."
The other one, what was it? The tying the knot was one, was it?
Yeah. What the rope say to the other end? Let's tie a knot or something.
It was like one that I really liked. I don't remember it, which I'm
I forget. I blanked on that too.
Yeah. But stupid jokes, I love the stupid jokes. That was great. I mean, I have to say my favorite panel though was definitely the Batman one.
Which was the first one we saw.
Yeah, because they showed the Lego.
Ahead.
Oh,
Keep right.
I gotta keep right, people. The they showed the Lego movie coming out, which I'm kind of excited for.
Yeah, animated Lego
Yeah.
Lego DC movie that's coming out. It was pretty funny too.
Yeah, I mean it's very much like the Lego game.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like the cutscenes in the Lego games.
Because the new ones, the new Lego game, Batman 2, they talk.
Yep.
And so it's more or less the cutscenes, wicked witty humor in it.
Yeah, like Superman comes in and rescues Batman and Robin, and then Robin's like, "Yippee, hooray!" And then Batman's like, "Calm down there, Robin," or something. I forget what he said.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I really want to watch.
Yeah, Will Arnett is doing the voice of Batman
Yeah.
in that movie too.
And I'm interested in the new Batman movie that they're talking about.
Yeah, the Dark Knight.
Oh, so
Returns
about that.
Part 2.
So this is part 2 of the Batman movie, right?
Yep.
So the first one that you have, this is the second part to it.
Yep.
You said they were releasing them like back to back. How far apart was the release?
Like less than 6 months, but they meant back to back in their order of DC animated movies.
Oh.
Because that will be their 16th animated feature. And they also announced they're doing a Superman Unbound movie, which comes out this summer, which is about a Jeff Johns Superman Brainiac story that's pretty awesome. And then Flashpoint is later that fall, which was something they made official that it was coming fall. It's been rumored, Kevin Conroy let it slip, that they're doing a Flashpoint. So we do know Kevin Conroy will be doing the voice of Batman in the Flashpoint, and he did it in the animated series and a lot of the animated movies.
Right.
Yep. All right.
So I'm excited for that.
They showed some footage too that looked pretty awesome too. Like
They
some
showed
of the
quite
fight
a bit. I
scenes.
was impressed
Yeah.
about how much footage they've shown. You really when they had a fight scene on a rooftop. He was like, fuck, it was pretty brutal.
Yeah. Oh, especially the sound effects were really
Yeah.
great in it. Not a lot of blood, a little bit of blood. It is only
There was a little
PG-13, so
bit.
they can't show a lot. But there was
They showed him a scene on it was like it actually was Conan O'Brien, and they showed him on there, and he had
yeah, for part 2.
right.
Yeah.
They're interviewing the Joker, and he had like his spokesmanager or whatever the fuck was out there.
It was a psychiatrist.
Oh, psychiatrist, that's right.
Yeah.
And the Joker's like, well, I just want to kill everyone here. And he's like drinking out of the mug, and he's like, can I have this? And like, it's not actually Conan, but it's voiced by Conan.
Yeah, Conan's doing a great job too on this. He's really funny.
And he's like, can I have this? And he's like, yeah, sure, we got tons of them. So he takes it, smashes it on the desk, and slits his psychiatrist's throat. So that was pretty good.
Yeah, and then like the Joker laughing gas comes in, and then
Yeah.
things will happen.
So I really enjoyed that. I think that's gonna be a very good movie.
Yeah, well, part 1 is kind of amazing. It's one of the better ones they've done. It's probably it's my top four of the anime movies they've done.
That's your top 4?
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
wow.
in the top 4. So they out of 16 of them, that's saying a lot.
That's not bad.
Yep.
So you want to talk about the other 2 panels at all?
Well, after that one, we tried to get into a new 52 DC panel that was pretty full. We just barely missed the cutoff, I think.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad though, because we only were in line briefly.
Yeah, and then we also, right after that, I think there was an Avengers panel with a bunch of Marvel writers that I missed too, but well. So I missed those panels, and then there was the Saga panel, which is a comic book that's pretty awesome that everyone should read. It was like they had a Q&A where people got to go up on the stage, sit down with the creator, and talk to him a little bit, and then they could go sit down, which they actually got through a lot of questions during it too.
They did go through a lot. The thing that I think that this made me, from what they said, it sounds interesting, and a few, the covers and a couple of the pages that they showed. Did they show any pages? Or is that all covers?
Yeah, no, they showed some pages.
Yeah, from the artwork, from the pages and stuff, it looks really good. It makes me interested in it, and I think the biggest selling point is that I'm not that far in the series. I don't have 100 books to go through to catch
yeah.
up.
There's just one paperback out right now that you can buy for $10 and be on the ground floor right now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna try to buy it on my iPad only because
You enjoy reading it more.
I just like the way it reads better on the iPad, but that's just my preference, I guess.
Yeah.
But
That's understandable, though. I mean, iPad.
so I'm excited. to. Oh, actually, so you want to talk about the books we bought?
Yeah, we could talk a little bit about the books we bought. I wanted to go around a lot and just look at comic books. There wasn't as many, but I still did a bit of that, bit of shopping. But Kimball bought a few less books. He actually bought some comic books, but he bought a little less than me. So let's hear what you got.
I bought my comic book in Cherry.
Yeah, what'd you buy, Kimball?
I bought Darkness Volume 1.
Woo!
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed the shit out of the video game, and it's pretty similar to what is from what you said.
Yeah, they're pretty close.
And then I went Star Trek, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I bought a next gen book, and then I bought a Star Trek the movie comic book.
Yeah, Star Trek.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess the movie ones were pretty good. They reviewed pretty well when they came
really?
out. So yeah. I don't know anything about the next gen one, but I assume it's okay.
I hope so.
Yep.
I love next gen.
Yeah, so that can definitely, help you get into it when the characters at least look the same, when you can get like a visual, oh geez, we just hit the bumps.
Big bump there.
Yeah, but it can help when the characters look the same to try to get you in. Like, my first comic that I ever bought was actually a Halo comic book, so like that's how I got into comics, is through Halo. So anything can be a gateway drug.
Anything
it is a drug.
Yeah, because I got a couple. Like I bought the Darksiders. You bought me the Gears of War one.
Yeah.
And
you paid me back for it, but I saw it was on sale. I was like, here's the Gears one.
It was like only $2, wasn't it? Something like that.
Yeah, or $5 or something.
And then so I gotta find that. I don't even know where that is.
Yep. And then in my comic book thing, I bought a crap load of Superman, like five Superman books. They were like all Superman. So I got some of that. And then I got, the only non-superhero book I got G.I. Joe Cobra Civil War, which is when Cobra Commander dies, so they have a civil war to decide who will lead Cobra Command. So that's the only one I didn't get. So that was actually by Chuck Dixon, the co-creator of Bane, too. So
so you're a big fan of the I didn't know you read the G.I. Joe comics.
No, I don't read the G.I. Joe comics, but I like G.I. Joe, and it was $5, so I was like, yeah, Civil War. I heard about this storyline.
So you're like, yeah, fuck it, I'll check it out.
Yeah, so I'll check it out. Oh God, we almost died, everyone. That guy doesn't know how to drive.
Did you see? It was an animal just ran across the street. That's why
I didn't see what it was.
Yeah,
I saw that car move. And
no, it was like a raccoon that ran out into our lane.
I'm watching the levels, so if it sounds bad, you can blame me. We're
it's
driving.
The levels. It's the levels, man.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so that's what I got. G.I. Joe. Oh, and then I got one Marvel book, which is Marvel Ultimate Universe, The X-Men, Volume 1 by Nick Spencer. So this isn't the first Ultimate X-Men, but it's sort of their relaunch with a new writer, whatever.
Yep.
And I actually read the first issue in the trade while we were waiting in line. It's actually pretty awesome, because in the Ultimate Universe, they think the X-Men gene is like the regular X-Men gene, like it's evolutionary, but actually it's a genetic virus that was pushed out by the United States accidentally because from Subject Zero, which is Wolverine, and that's how the virus spread. So it's sort of a virus that mutates the genes and gives certain people powers. So it still has the same effect, but they're not like evolution's next goal. They're more science-based, and that actually is in keeping with the Ultimate Universe. The Ultimate Universe is much more like grounded in like actual science and stuff. Well, not real science. Well, science fiction, as opposed to like the mystical.
Right. So we did play 2 video games. Well, Danny played one, and both of us played Hitman, was it Revelations? What is it?
Revelations.
Revelations?
I don't know, the new Hitman game.
Yeah,
that's
the new
coming out
Hitman.
soon.
I think it's Revelations.
Yeah, probably.
So we both played it. Fucking a long ass goddamn demo.
Yeah.
It's like, how long would you say that mission is? If you didn't like really dig around or sucked, would you say it's got to be at least 20 minutes?
Yeah, it's got to be at least 20. Yeah.
And so it
15 if you're good, I guess.
yeah, and like the line, there was only 2 people, but it's like there's 40 minutes right there for those 2 people. So it seems like it sucked. But we both played it, and what did you think?
With vastly different results.
Why?
Because Kimball played it how you're supposed to play, sneaking around. Well, he played the first half of it, so it was easy to sneak.
I got a lot of tutorial the first half, like, so there's like some woman talking to you. She explained quite a bit of like, squeeze the trigger,
who
it
knows
does
if
this,
this
and
is the last. If this will be in the final product too, though, this like narration thing helping you out.
They what?
If this will be in the final product, since it's a demo, the narration helping you out.
Well, I'm sure they'll have some type of narration that's at the like
some type of someone connecting you or something. It
Right.
reminded me a lot of Splinter Cell, like people just whispering in your ear, telling you things, or MGS since that came out first. So, but yeah. So, what do you think of the game?
I liked it. I thought it was pretty good. I thought it played pretty well. Did you see me at the beginning of the game? Like I had a target lined up in my sights, and I kept just squeezing the trigger, but I had to go like slowly, so it like so it steadies the the gun stays steady as I'm squeezing it.
Yeah.
So it took me like
that gets you to measure your shots more, because if you just keep firing them off like quick, then you're gonna miss. But when you like take aim, measure it, take a slow shot, it helps like balance your shooting, so you can get a more clear shot, which I actually liked. Even though when I played the game, I just had I dual wheel. Like I got halfway through the part where Kimball played, so there's less stealth and I'm in a building. So I pretty much just opened up on everybody. Like I did a little bit of sneaking, came up behind one guy, killed him, and then I opened a bunch of windows, got everyone scared, and then I'm just dual wielding, just taking everybody out. So that's how not to play, because I ended up dying. I did take down a bunch of guys though.
I thought it was very good. I thought I had some control issues. I don't know if this is because I was unfamiliar with them, or the game was a little clunky.
What kind of issues?
Like I got stuck on a couple geometry. Like I know you like lock on to like cover.
Yeah.
But I hit like unlock it and stuff like that, and it wasn't like it was just keeping me locked on.
Well, that could be a button input.
Yeah, I mean it could be. I mean it is a controller at a convention, so I don't know what how much abuse that thing's been through.
Yeah.
And then like.
I didn't really notice that, but then again, I didn't really use cover.
I don't know if you use cover at all.
I ducked down and hid behind things a couple times, but I didn't like shoot from cover and stuff.
Yeah, and like, I don't know. I mean, I thought it was a fantastic game. It looks great.
Yeah,
it's very beautiful looking. I think it's gonna be really fun because like, you can pick up objects and toss them, throw them to distract an enemy. You can either take them out or just walk by them. If you use the wire, when you kill the guy with the wire, I forget what they call it. They don't call it that, but when you choke him out with the wire,
piano wire,
maybe that was it. When you choke him out with the piano wire, you're automatically carrying the body right away, so you don't have to like go over, hold the B button down to pick up the body.
But you can also do that to hide bodies and stuff. You can drag
there's a
them
lot.
around.
The mission part where I was playing, you can you hold the B button down and toss them over the edge, because I was like on the outside of a cliff. There's a lot of random freezers for some reason, so you can always stash bodies in freezers.
Or throw them over the cliffside edge.
Huh?
Throw them over the cliffside edge.
Yeah, cliffside edge. When you throw them in the freezer, though, like it came up, like the woman talking to me, she's like, there's enough room in here for like one more body. Then like, so like there's a room in here for a body and you too to hide if you need be. So I guess I could have hid inside the freezer.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
But I prefer to steal their clothes and then walk around as though I live there.
Did you use any of the, I forget what they called it, like his sixth sense there?
Yeah, I use that a little bit. sort of to find out where I needed to go, but I didn't really mess around with it too much.
You didn't.
No.
It's kind of neat though, because like I picked up the clothes of an outside bodyguard, and I had to walk through like a the fuck do you call it with all the plants? A nursery?
Yeah.
That's not really a greenhouse. That's it.
You can call it a nursery too.
It's not really a nursery. So you had to walk through
Greenhouse nursery.
Whatever.
You're a nursery.
Whatever. So you had to walk through a nursery or a greenhouse, and
see, you went with nursery. I win.
There was a lot of guards in there, and so you had to use you click down on the stick to use. No, was it your stick or the bumper? I don't remember.
It was a bumper.
You clicked on the bumper to use your sixth sense, and then so you cover up your fucking barcode on the back of your head.
Yeah.
And then you
kind of walk chalantly.
Right, you rock chalantly past them and stuff, and it lights up all the characters light up in yellow, and it kind of predicts where when you use that mode, it predicts where they're gonna walk, most likely. So I used it I hid behind this counter.
So you can sort of see their
path.
AI path almost, unless you throw a brick or something and disturb their normal path.
Right. And so it was kind of neat because I hid behind this counter, and the guy could have walked past me, but because I used that, mode, I knew he was gonna go cut in front of it. So
yeah. There's a lot of good different no, what are they called? Type processes at work that can affect how you play the level. What you chose to do, and it also reminds me of Splinter Cell a lot. In that there's a lot of stealth elements, but you're not punished immediately if you fail, like in early Splinter Cells. But it also doesn't really reward the running gun that Splinter Cell became. It really tries to focus you to play it like a stealth game, and you're in your disguise, and play it smartly. You can play running gun, and you can have fun that way, and it will work, but you won't be as successful if you actually play the game correctly, which is it's actually really cool to have a game balance that really well.
I'm definitely what's your history with playing the other Hitman games?
I've played a demo of the first Xbox One, Absolution, I think.
I know I don't have much. I rented one on PlayStation 2, and I was playing it in my basement in the dark. I'm like, this is scary. I don't want to play this.
I remember a lot of lab coats and
yes, a lot of lab coats. It was fucking scary, dude.
Yeah, a lot of bloody cadavers with,
and I was
bodies on them.
I was young. I was in my early teens, 13.
Yeah, 13 in your basement.
In my basement, alone, lights off, eating popcorn because I'm a fat kid. It was I don't know. So I'm definitely picking up this one though.
Yeah, I'm more tempted to check this out.
Was it November 20th, right?
Yeah, but I mean we got what's that other November game? Oh, Halo is November. Halo 4 is in November. I gotta finish Reach though before I.
Oh, you never finished Reach?
Nah.
I finished Reach.
Yeah, ODST and 1 are the ones I really love.
Oh, really?
I played a lot of, yeah. But,
so, Danny, you played a little bit of Tomb Raider.
Oh, yeah, I did. I played it real briefly, and I couldn't figure out the controls at all, and there was a line behind me, sort of, and I was like, yeah, I got a taste for it. But it kind of threw you in this open area where you just sort of had to learn to hunt, and you pretty much, it was an open area where you could just find animals to hunt, and you had a bow and arrow. I couldn't get the bow and arrow to work. I don't know what I was doing. This is just my own hiccup with it, because other people figured it out just fine. So I was rushed, and I didn't really care too much about getting into it. But it was cool how big the area was. It showed the map and all the different areas you can go to in it. It seems a lot of open world, not completely open world. You can go anywhere, do anything, but controlled open world where there's a lot of area for exploration and stuff. And I did thought it looked good. There was a weird animation thing that was going on though. It's it was very blocky how Lara Croft ran when you were over cliffs and stuff, because it was very uneven terrain. It reminded me a lot of Oblivion when you went into the third person mode. Not as bad as that, because that was really bad, but It was a little unclean, that animation stuff. But that stuff could all get fixed by when the game comes out in March, so it's not a huge hiccup on it. But the game did look really nice, though. And it played good. I mean, the controls were good. And, like, when you ducked down and, like, tried to roll, the animations were really nice on that. So it was just kind of a bit of... The running animations were kind of repetitive, and it made it look a little more blocky than what, like, normal games sort of look like. But it wasn't a huge deal. But I did like some of the controls, what I figured out, like how the game played, and it's definitely something I look forward to seeing when it's in March. Like, I'll wait for reviews, but it's a interesting, like, way of tackling Lara Croft and, like, making it more modern and having it be like a modern third-person action game.
Now, did you have? I'm gonna ask it again. Do you have a lot of history with Lara Croft?
No, I played some of the demo of the recent Crystal Dynamics games that were pretty good, but it had like the lock-on shooting, like in Just Cause or something. It was like in that style, so it was fun when I played, and then I played a little bit of the Xbox Live Arcade third-person game that they had recently. I forget what it was called. But that was a really good game, and I like that one. So I feel Lara Croft is kind of, it can be a relic of the 90s, but the way they're trying to update it is really interesting.
It kind of, reminds me a little bit of Uncharted.
Yeah, it's definitely trying to be, seems like the female Uncharted, but with a lot more open world exploration type things. Well, Uncharted feels like almost like a roller coaster ride. This is more like a river rapids ride where you can find different like ways of tackling a linear area, at least from where I was. But the map did show it was huge, so it could be a lot more open than what I thought.
Yeah, I mean, it should be interesting the way that plays. That's another one I'm very interested in playing.
Yeah, and that's a little ways away. So March, it's typically not the best time for new releases. So it's possible it could hit at the right moment where, like, it could be a game that a lot of people, and including me, might pick up.
Yeah. Now, I just want to go hit one more thing on Hitman there because I brought up Uncharted. So, what did you think of the cutscenes that came? The cutscenes in Hitman.
Well, they were okay. I mean, they weren't mind blowing. They didn't feel as cinematic as like an Uncharted type game.
Really, you didn't think so? Because like the cutscenes, like when I have a video.
I mean, the only part I really saw was the part where you assassinate someone in a shower.
Yeah. And
she like busts through the glass, but it wasn't really mind blowing to me.
Do you think did those are in-engine cutscenes?
Yeah, they looked like it.
I think the cutscenes, like, I was impressed by it. Her shooting her in the bathroom. I just think it was like, I don't know, I enjoyed it.
Was it the naked lady in the bathroom, maybe?
No, it has nothing to do with that. I just like the way they zoomed in on the barrel of the gun, and then they go cut to the side view of it, and then they do like a slow motion shooting off one round into like her gut or whatever. And I just, then her falling through the glass. I don't know. I enjoyed it. I thought it was very beautiful looking.
All right. Well, I didn't think it was anything special.
So did you see the Wii U gamepad there?
No, I didn't.
You didn't see it? They had it there.
Oh,
I checked it out.
How'd that look? Did you touch it?
I didn't touch it, but they had it there. Like, did you see where they had the 3DS XLs?
No, I don't really remember.
You don't remember?
I wasn't really looking at the Wii stuff.
Oh, well, right where they had like a small Nintendo booth, and like, yeah. I forget what the XLs were playing on them. I think it was I don't remember. But they had you could actually play with the Wii U there.
Oh, interesting.
We should have checked it out.
Yeah, maybe, but I don't really care.
I'm not really interested in it either.
Yeah,
though.
I'm not buying it.
I mean, it would have been nice just to check it out, so we can discuss it. But it seemed, on the one I saw was the black one there.
The fact that we didn't want to touch it says everything you need to know about the Wii U and probably how it's gonna do.
The person who was holding it like sideways, like the two analog sticks was like one was above the other. They weren't even holding it right. The Nintendo person, they had to like, oh no, you hold it like this.
Oh.
And it just I don't know.
Yeah, well, that's the type of thing when you go after the casual market, they don't really understand overly complicated things. Even though I never got the Wii remotes, I hated the things. But so I'm not a good case study. But I don't know. It's just dumb.
Yeah.
It's overcomplicated. They tried to make it simple, and then the Kinect also tried to make it even more simple. They didn't end up succeeding with the Kinect, really, because there's so much calibration involved in getting the Kinect to actually work. So, but yeah, it's just another case of Nintendo just trying to find their own way, really, and they're losing me on that fight.
Yep.
All right, but we did also check out Midtown Comics Store while we were there.
Oh yeah. Well,
we missed the Beyond, so
we missed the Beyond, and Danny's like, oh yeah, I heard there's some IGN meetup thing, and then turned out that was the day before.
Yeah, I told you to look on the Twitter, and you looked at it.
Hey,
and you should have noticed it was a message from yesterday.
Yeah, but he didn't. So it was posted yesterday. Man,
yeah, it says right on it. All right, but anyways, we did go to the Midtown Comics. So what did you think of the store?
The store is huge.
Yeah, it was 2 floors. I mean, it was big for a comic store, definitely.
Yeah, like just the one floor is like a normal comic book store that I've been in.
Yeah, and then once you go up the stairs, you get to the real prize. Just tons of statues everywhere.
Tons of statues.
And I actually ended up buying a statue that was $80. So it was actually fairly good price compared to what they retail for. So it was actually a pretty good deal. It's a Dick Grayson Batman, and he's like flying down over the ground, like he's facing down, like skydiving move, and his arms are like splayed out, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
Yeah,
I was almost gonna buy the Star Trek.
There was also a pretty awesome Sergeant Rock, which is like a 50s like comic book character that's like from World War II and stuff, and he's just a soldier, but he's like got his gun to the side, and he looks almost like Elias in Platoon when he's dying, except he's standing up this time, and he's got like the gun in the air, and it looks like he's getting blown away or something. It's pretty awesome looking.
I just don't know how come some of the statues, like, they're a lot of money.
Yeah, well, some of them are bigger than others, and also the type of material used and stuff.
Like, it's just kind of crazy.
Yeah, that's like $300 statues and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, they also showed while we were there's the awesome Dark Knight Returns statue that they have, which is like it's a pretty big statue, and it's got a Batman like riding on a horse out to like save the city and whatever. But it's like a huge statue, and it's wicked nice. I don't think they announced the retail price, but that thing would be pretty sweet to have. But it's big.
Is that is that a normal, like, I didn't know Batman rode a horse.
No, he doesn't. That's why, like, it's directly from the Dark Knight Returns Part 2. Like, he's on a horse and, like, he's just riding into the city as it's, like, being ripped apart.
Are you gonna buy that one, or
what, the Part 2?
No, the horse.
Oh no, that thing's gonna be like $400, and it's huge, but it's really awesome.
They'll look great on your shelf.
It wouldn't even fit on the shelf. It'd be like the entire top of the shelf.
No, don't you worry, it'll fit on the shelf.
No, I can't get that one. But yeah, I'm gonna get the Part 2 movie though. Those always come with action figures. If you go to Best Buy exclusive little 5-inch action figures. I got a bunch of those.
Oh, you know what I saw that was fucking badass, and I think I might look a little bit more into it, is the DC chess set pieces.
Oh yeah.
I really liked. I like the DC characters, but not enough individually, in my opinion, to buy them. But the chess set that sells me on them.
Yeah.
I really liked that. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, they were like heavy, like really awesome looking.
They're
pieces.
pretty big though. They're like 4 inches, maybe 5.
Yeah.
So you would need a pretty hefty chessboard. I wonder if they like sell it. I'm sure they have come with a special chessboard.
There's glass chessboards and stuff.
Yeah, I know. I've had a glass chessboard and stuff.
You're a glass chessboard. No, I'm just kidding. So, Kimball just
why
verbed a little, and
I verbed a little.
Move. Yeah, the verb.
The Verge.
TheVerge.com/gaming.
So, but I bought some games this week. I haven't had time to check them out, but I bought some games.
What games did you buy?
I bought Dishonored.
Yeah, that game.
I'm really
cool.
excited. I can't wait to play it because like I didn't know a whole lot about it, and Sandy's like, "Oh, you should check out Dishonored." I'm like, "All right." And so I went on to the websites. I went to a whole bunch. I did watch a little bit on I watched a video review on IGN. I didn't know the guy who did it, so I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna go someplace else. And so I read Arthur Gee's article on it, and then I watched like 10 minutes of a quick look on Giant Bomb. So I hit up a few sites.
Yeah, the quick looks on Giant Bomb are pretty good to get like your bearings of a game.
Yeah, and
they're pretty entertaining too.
I love the way the world looks in that game.
Yeah, it's got like this steampunk aesthetic, but it's also got some like Art Deco involved and stuff. Then it's got like crazy sci-fi with like the walking, like they're almost from like H.G. Wells mixed with like Half-Life type like walking like things, like, and then it's like dystopian like future like police state too, so it's like 1984 mixed with H.G. Wells mixed with Half-Life.
Yeah,
it's just a really awesome like conflagration of different influences into this game, and then it's very Bioshocky too. And you have like special powers.
Yeah, the powers are kind of neat because like you have like a teleport one, so like you can teleport like a few steps, and so you teleport in front of the enemy, you just fucking slice his throat or whatever. Yeah. And so, but you can upgrade it so you can actually teleport further. Yeah. And it works well for moving through the
Yeah, and you can go like through walls too. Like the other side of walls.
I didn't see anyone go through walls, but that would be sweet if you could.
You might not. Maybe
I don't know.
I think it was by a window when I saw it. The guy was
maybe
like,
he went through a window. He was
on a rooftop, and then he like bent down the
but
window.
you can use it for moving through the the grounds there, and it seems pretty neat. And then you had like another one where like you can call like rats in, I think it was, or something like that. So I'm excited to play that.
Yeah.
So.
And then you got Spec Ops The Line, right?
Yep, I got Spec Ops The Lines. I played I played the demo of PAX East, which I said, and it was really long, and I really enjoyed it. I thought it had a great story, and it's like because that
was the most interesting part.
Yeah, because that game was more story driven than multiplayer. I mean, it had multiplayer, but I bought it for the storyline. And then I bought Sleeping Dogs.
Yeah, which was also playable at New York Comic Con.
Yeah, which I was surprised that's there. They should have got rid of that.
Dude, they've got nothing else to sell.
Yeah, they should have got rid of Sleeping Dogs though and put it like some more Hitman or
Tomb Raider booths.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because like there was like no line for Sleeping Dogs because like it's out already.
Yeah, everyone already played like the demo online and stuff.
I think that's kind of like the hit of the year, that game.
It's a surprise hit, I would say.
Yeah, surprise hit.
Sleeper hit.
So I'm excited to check that one out.
Yeah, and then Sandy got XCOM. He's been playing a bit of that, and he's pretty high on it. And I might get it tomorrow.
Are you gonna buy it tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm thinking.
You gonna get Xbox or PlayStation?
I think I'm going PlayStation.
You are?
Just because I can play my roam, and then I can go online with Sandy a couple times. I'll probably only play like a couple times against Sandy, but it's nice to have the option.
Yeah.
And then I'm probably going to see Argo or Seven Psychopaths tomorrow, too. So we can talk about that next week on the podcast.
Yeah, well, actually, we have The Walking Dead to talk about because it's on tonight. Yeah. No, tomorrow.
Yeah, Sunday. Well, technically, today, because it's...
Yeah, it's true, actually.
1 o'clock right now as we record this coming home. So if we sound a little groggy, that would be why.
Yeah.
My butt hurts, too.
It's been a long day. Why is your butt always fucking hurt?
Because I'm stuck sitting in chairs uncomfortably.
I don't understand that.
Yep.
So.
All right. Well, that's it for the podcast, though. That's a pretty hefty 50 minutes driving in the car, recording podcasts.
So you can check us out on youtube.com/addictpodcast.
You can follow us on Twitter @addictpodcast.
You can like us on Facebook Facebook/Addict Podcast.
Facebook.com/Addict Podcast.
There's that damn .com again.
And then you could also rate and review us on iTunes. You can also subscribe on iTunes, and you can download it right to your iPod or iListening device, because everything's got an I in it.
Or a Zune.
Yep.
You can
That's it, really.
write us a comment, dude.
Yeah,
we need comments.
Or send us an email at addictpodcast.com.
Yep.
It's addictpodcast@yahoo.com.
Yeah. And I answered a comment this week about the kid who asked us what we're using for equipment. So
that was through YouTube, right?
Yeah, that was through YouTube. So if you're interested, check it out on 67.
Subscribe the YouTube link, everybody.
Yeah. Subscriptions where it's at. So, all right. On that note.
Yep. Oh yeah, we saw Arrow too. We saw the pilot for that.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, we can give.
Or you want to save it?
We can give a little bit about the pilot to Arrow. We got 9 minutes. All right, this is special. If you don't care about Arrow, leave. But if not, I don't know.
So why don't we just save it for next week?
We're not gonna remember. There's gonna be a new episode of Arrow.
I took a whole bunch of notes for it. That's why I want to do it next week.
Fine, we'll talk about Arrow next week.
All right.
But the fact that we're talking about Arrow next week means good things, I think.
Yeah. Well, let's just say our thoughts of it real quick. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it was a good start too.
Yeah. So hopefully they keep it up.
And it was directed by the same guy who directed the pilot of Smallville.
Do you know if it did well for reviews?
Yeah, it was review wise is 70s, pretty much 70s, 80s, which is pretty good. That's okay to start off. And then it was the best premiere for a program on the CW in 4 years.
Really?
Yeah.
What was the other one? Did it say?
The last one I think was Vampire Diaries, at the highest premiere.
I want to get that. Did you ever watch that?
Yeah, I tried to.
You didn't like it?
No, I don't like it.
What don't you like about it?
There's too much people staring longingly at people, and they're not Superman, so I don't care
too much people staring longingly at people.
Yeah.
You said you liked The Master, dude. That's what that movie is.
No, but that was disturbed people looking at each other, and there was a good conversation.
They're disturbed. They're vampires.
Yeah, you're a vampire.
Yeah, I wish.
We are, for being up this late driving.
I don't know shit. I don't know. You should give what
I'm not watching Vampire
You should give it another try, dude.
No.
Why? It was so good.
Better TV to watch.
I watched like 3 seasons of it, and I just kind of I didn't have time for it anymore.
New season's on.
Huh?
New season's on, so you can watch that.
What?
New season's on, so you can watch that.
Oh yeah.
All right.
So, all right. On that note, have a good night.
Yeah, bye.
Bye.
Do what? What box? Right there?